Well, welcome. I guess I wasn't muted or something. Yeah, let me know if the audio is not robotic voice or whatever. But um, welcome to the final refrain, Alliance Round 1, match number 3, if I'm correct. Um, XkiX versus DaveC. Um, yeah, we've had two pretty good games so far. One amazing that I was part of, and this one. Looks to be another one that's going to be pretty spicy. Um, let's see what we have. Um, so on the top right, we have XkiX versus Dave C. Zooming in a little bit here. On the same side in the bracket as Feroctor, Rapascal, Aviator, Panic, JDG, and Isvet. So a pretty strong quarter there. Um, Starting off with the player profiles, we've got XkiX from the UK, and actually started playing when he was 9. I think his dad or their dad introduced them uh, to Keyforge or some other card game, and then started playing from there. UK national champion, so UK is pretty strong. I'm not sure if they're big on alliance, but winning it nonetheless, you have to do something right. And we've got Dave C, who's all about the bananas, right? More about the bananas than maybe the Keyforge. I don't know. Wants to take the wants to be the top banana guy, I would imagine. So how he's going to achieve that? Well, he has to beat XkiX first. Um, World Sealed Alliance Champion 2022, World Alliance Top 4, Gen Con, VT, Archon, runner-up. Um, those achievements go way back. Still on top of his game. Um, Proudest Keyforge moment is he convinced to add more chains to Hellfest. Yeah, if that only was one chain, it's still quite busted. Um, so better that there's more chains on that. Thank you for that. Hey, good, welcome. So looking at the matchup, I realized that for XkiX, I think there was two near future lenses there, but it looks to be a very efficient Geistoid with Return to Robles not on there, but a lot of junk restorations to probably get to the Winds of Death, to archive the key combo pieces in Mars, extra efficiency in Star Alliance, and some utility, but notably no key cheats and also not a lot of disruption. Um, Moving over to the other side with 5 eddies and 3 stealth modes, two punks. There's a lot more disruption in there with the stealth modes and the punctuated. There is a key cheat with the key charge, which can also fire on Starline's turns. Those eddies can tax for quite a lot, but interestingly, those eddies can be stolen as well um, with the Mars, with the Zip the Implanter. So pretty much what the XkiX is trying to achieve is to just go rule of sixing 3 cards, I think, at the same time, generating 12 plus amber probably, and then forge the natural way. But those eddies are can be very annoying, and with Winds of Death being one of the pieces to get your Mars in archive, you're also most likely archiving one or more eddies. Um, so yeah, it will be very interesting to see. Um, Looking at the rest of the deck with also the all of the pips there. Um, a draw pip on Junk Restoration, which could be useful if you are about to if you need to flip your deck to draw, right? So I think you're very happy with that pip. Poltergeist is nice. Island of Misfit Toys obviously is very, very strong card. Um, Then the Mars, we already went over most of them. Is there anything else notable in there? Mass abduction, maybe? Need to be damaged creatures to put in your archive? Yeah. And then we've got Star Alliance with Event Horizon, Into the Warp, Multidimensional Rescue, Retro Technician Lee, and Proton Siphons to beef up our creatures a little bit. And on Dave's side, um, the Neutron Shark was missed on the graphic, but it definitely is something to look out for in Alliance. Zenzik for the extra efficiency in there. This logos is wow. Who wouldn't want to get their hands on these logos? Moving to Starlines, stealth modes, Tabor, okay, two Kirby's, Medic Ingram. We saw what Medic Ingrams and Kirby's can do in yesterday's game with the Hysterical Purger. Yeah, not much C. You're right. Um, Unsuspecting Prey would get rid of the Mars creatures, I think. Um, but yeah, that's a good catch there actually. Yeah, I think I have all of the cards in here as well. So let's just flip myself. Um, this is XkiX deck, but they don't have the enhancements are not on there. So here there is enough C, right? With Return to Rubble, Winds of Death, Snippy, Plague Wind. There's the Mass Abduction. Put up to 3 damaged enemy creatures into your archives. Um, then there's Into the Warp. So definitely a lot of C there. But here, there's the Neutron Shark. That's one. Um, yeah, Nature's Call, Unsuspecting Prey, Mustic Murmook. Lacking on C, you're right. Um, yeah. Do I have a clear favorite in this matchup? I don't know. Um, yeah, yeah. So all I see is the volume of logo suits on the board every turn. Yeah, true. Um, I don't know. I don't think I can call this. It on the one hand, I'm leaning towards Dave because of the stealth modes and the taxing on eddies, and the super high efficiency on both. So yeah, it's gonna be good. No, it's not easy to tell at first glance. So let's see if I've got everything set up correctly here. Let me move to the game, see if they're already made one. I saw some chatter in the Discord. Let me get the password for this game. Password. Sorry, I'm a bit slow tonight. It's a bit late here. Telling them to not rematch right away, and then we're off to the races. Let me see if I have this. Yeah, I got my little stats thingy there. Okay. So XkiX won the flip and is the first player. Um, let's see if they mulligan or not. Good luck, have fun. So, yeah, the player set up right. XkiX does mulligan, and Dave does not. Starts with a junk restoration. Does not. Oh, does pick up the near future lens. Is that right? The discard pile is just lagging. Okay. Turns it over to. Oh, maybe there was two in there. Turns it over to Dave, who then proceeds to Tao into triple eddies. What? Four cards in archive, turn two. Um, Winds of Death, getting rid of three eddies, and archiving Abductomatic, Grixel Proliferator, and Dr. Xylo. These players are going fast. Um, Putting two creatures down, hands over to Dave. Dave then proceeds to another crazy Logos turn um, with the Shark. This is too fast to keep up. I'm sorry, guys. So, slow down, people. Reassembling Automaton. Eddie, Shark, killing his assembling automaton over and over again. That's what's happening. Um, and eventually stops by discarding Zenzi, So there was one Stelmo discarded and Kirby. Um, XkiX goes into Geistoid. Reaver, Singing Scythe, attaching. There was a discard to allow Staff Sergeant Rhea to ready it and reap, and uses Poltergeistoids to purge one eddy. So maybe that's a way to get those eddies under control. Um, Dave now takes a little bit longer to think of his turn, and I'm grateful for that because that was going way too fast. He says, whoops. Why did he say whoops? Was there something going on? So arms Monster Melina, come Kirby, allowing him to play Punk, discards a lot of things, and ends up with playing Stealth mode. I'm sorry, guys. It's hard to keep up. I'm trying to. Oh, I did not mean to take Archives also. I'm trying to narrate everything. So, XkiX cannot play any actions. So, um, yeah, just looks at some cards by uh, plays Proton Siphon, discards the Event Horizon. Dave has perfect knowledge of XkiX's hand now. Goes back into Logos, plays Igor, daughter. What did he take for Igor back? I could not see. Uses Eddie to archive again. Reaps with the shark. Uses his assembling automaton to keep firing off the automaton until it finally stops. Shuffles his whole deck because there's no logos in there. So that's kind of like you archive all your logos and you have an infinite neutral shark to kill everything. Is that is that what's happening? Okay, XkiX goes into Geistoid, plays a junk restoration, finds Island of Misfit Toys, but that's gonna be gone. You know that, right? Dark Lamp to capture something. Not a great turn. If I were to make early conclusions in this game, I'm thinking it's looking quite well for Dave. Finally, he's thinking, I can take a breather. Holy moly. I get time to reset the scores because, yeah. Um, yeah, Shark is out for blood. Doesn't think too long. Plays a stealth mode. Plays the sensor chief. Another Kirby comes down. Plays a punctuated, so all the plans that XkiX had are now out of the window. Finds Helmsman Spears and an upgrade. Cloaking Dongle. These are very hard to get rid of. Nature Skull, probably. You might have wanted to hold off on. Okay, there's a Kirby on the other side. So gets both Kirby's back. Gets to play two more actions. Plays Tao. Looking for cards. Discards Song of Wild. Picks up another card. Reaps with Chief Engineer walls. What can you get? Is there a robot or something in the? Okay, upgrade. Right. Okay, that's why the cloaking dongle on the Come Officer Kirby was good because then it ends up in the discard with the Nature's Call. You can get it back with the walls, get more amber. XkiX has this double near future lenses after the punctuated. That's pretty good, but doesn't capitalize with this retro technician Lee. Um, I can narrate everything, but I think we all know where this is going, and it's going way too fast. So I'm just gonna do the key moments here. Um, Use the stealth mode. Um, Key charges in star lines with the Come of Sir Kirby. Proceeds to reap a whole lot of times. Uses the Helmsman's Spears to discard cards and draw cards again. So discard any number of cards from your hand and draw a card for each card discarded this way. Um, yeah, a check for his third key. Um, Uses stealth mode. Um, there's probably not much XkiX can do here. Can use creatures as a 9-hand card. What's the Ember control in Mars? Do we know what the Ember control is in Mars? Okay, so the Abductomatic can do stuff, right? So now actually you could, if there's a rebel. Okay, there's no rebel. Ah, okay. GG, GG. So, well played. The speed though. Oh boy. I'm not pressing the button. I was fast enough with at least fast enough to capture that. Okay. Um, Let me save the logs just for good measure. Um, DaveC XkiX game 1. Do you want me to slow down a little, please? Yeah. But whatever feels comfortable. Yeah. It's a chance, but it's not a super high window. This got out of control a lot, and actually, what I didn't realize is that once all the logo stuff is down and you can't get rid of it, like the shark just keeps firing off, right? Okay, game number 2. Let me update the score here. Um, Good luck, have fun. Triple Eddy turns out to be quite effective. Yeah, turn 1 triple Eddy or turn 2 is pretty good, right? Okay, so XkiX starts with a near future lens now. Um, that helps going through the deck. Dave plays Tao Tao, archives 1 card, Quantum Finger Trap, finds another Eddy. Those Eddies need to be taken care of somehow. XkiX goes into Mars, plays a Singing Scythe with the near future lens, discards a Return to Rubble, and plays a Shrink Ray Technician and Don't Believe Your Eyes to capture 1 Ember. Also plays Mass Abduction for no effect, um, but it's out of the hand and it's an Ember, so you play it. Draws Event Horizon, draws Junk, draws Proton Siphon, draws a Rebel, and into the Warp. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 cards are known to David here, to Dave. Actually, it takes time to think now. Abductomatic Event Horizon Junk Rebel. He's just typing in chat now or something. All the cards that were drawn. Proton. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's easier to keep track that way, and you can easily. It scares me that you're paying attention to that. I think you should always pay attention to that. If you're not paying attention to that, you're probably doing something. Um, yeah, yeah. It tells you punctuated now as well. That's a great addition, indeed. Um, so let's see if this was refreshed. There are some live stats from Zenzi tools that I can use, but I'm not sure if it's working right now. It's fine. So Dave goes into um, logos, fights off the. There's another Eddie. Fights off the Xylo because he saw the rebel. There's now 4 Eddies on the board, and he's halfway through his deck. So yeah, drawing a lot of Eddies is good for sure. XkiX uses near future lens to play into the warp. Dark lamp, so it doesn't do anything. Multidimensional rescue is on top with junk restoration. Uh, what did he take back? Multidimensional rescue, right? And plays poltergeistoids. It's going way too fast. It's going way too fast. I'm just gonna sit there and watch. It's just reaping out with the eddies. Um, destroys quite a bit with the shark. The near future lens is gone. XkiX goes back into Star Alliance. Has the multi-dimensional rescue, right? Gets a Winds of Death down with Event Horizon. Did he want that? Like all 5 eddies are in the discard. I think that's fine. But what else is there? Yeah, this is still a mess to read, honestly. Uh, there's a lot of actions in there, and I think the Resembling Automaton, the Shark, and the Tabor are um, the 3 creatures that were added to the 6 archives that were there already. Yeah, um, there's a big potential for Star Alliance to come up soon, indeed, because there was a lot of archiving. So XkiX goes into multidimensional rescue, returns junk restoration, near future lens, proton siphon, plays near future lens, and plays junk off of the multidimensional rescue, I would assume. Puts down a retro technician Lee, taking back Snippy, damaging itself, and proton siphon on the Snippy. Near future lens again reveals the cards drawn. So the Comos Repellic, Albi Strain, Scoop Up, not really cards you want to see. Um, the Mars combo is up. Could be, could very well be. Um, and the Mars combo goes past all the stealth modes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, he can steal all the star lines and then use it for himself later on. It's a very good catch. That might be very tricky actually for Dave here. Um, so even though he might have the star lines, maybe he's thinking, how much can I do with it? Like, can I forge a key with key charge? Maybe. Can I be super effective? Cycle my deck, get back to the eddies. Um, yeah. Finally taking some time to think. Um, I'm grateful for that. Goes back into logos. We know the shark and the assembling automaton are there. picked up the archives, so 14 cards. Sorry, that's a discard. He wants to discard the daughter. Um, XkiX graciously allows it. See, that's what you get for playing fast, right? Slow down. um, so now just, yeah, there shouldn't be a lot of logos left, so probably just cycles a lot through the deck and kills everything on the other side. Right. So chooses not to play the Starlines because he's afraid of it being stolen. Um, Anxiety just skyrocketing his APM. Yeah. Yeah, the APM is like StarCraft levels of. um, I've had a hard time following the game while narrating. Yeah, yeah, but he chooses. You could say that XkiX might be able to take the automatron now, but chooses to go to Geistoid. Knows the shark is not there anymore. So sets up the island of misfit toys and gets to purge some stuff with the singing scythe. Purges the shark, which is huge, I think. That's a great turn. Um, and with punctuated, there's one punctuated in the discard. The other one might be in hand. You do force the shuffle, so the island of misfit toys isn't as devastating next turn. So David probably okay. So stealth mode from Star Alliance comes down, plays the Tabor, plays the walls. Is there anything to take back? No. Plays a Kirby, censored Thief, and from the Kirby is still alive. Does get the punctuated. So the Island of Misfit Toys has been negated in a way. Um, and whatever was in the hand is also gone, but I think we know that the archives is loaded with the Mars creatures. So now there's a cloaking dongle on the Kirby. Um, I'm expecting a Nature's Call maybe to hit again. Taking a bit more time to think of the next move. So the O had a stealth mode and was considering holding it. Um, oh, call got purged. Okay, good call. Sorry, I didn't see that Nature's Call got purged. Thanks. So now here's the opportunity for XkiX to steal all those things from the other side, right? Um, and then where are the board wipes? There are no board wipes um, on Dave's side, so this could be pretty bad news. Um, yeah, so stealing everything, and then the next Starline's turn will be insane for XkiX, right? What would Dave still have up his sleeve here? So I'm just this is happening, right? Well, this is happening. The Xylo reaps to put something into play ready. Um, the Zip the implanter, you know, takes control of an enemy creature, then destroys a friendly creature, which you can destroy the rebel. I was gonna say this is not the right order. Um, let's see if Dave is gracious enough to um, allow that. Um, this it would be a very bad misclick. I don't think you make this mistake in real life. Um, so uh, so one less ember, right? Minus one ember, ready. Right, it upped the rule of six counter. Um, oh, this is oh, he knows what to do. Let's see if the players can work it out. I think that's what a probably a judge also would do. Um, yeah, it will be one less count on the rule of six, but he needs one less ember. I'll reap with zip. Take control of your Tabor. Then I'll destroy Rebel. And then put Rebel into play. Yeah. Okay. I think that works. Yeah, and Dave says sounds good as well. -1 Ember though. Oh no, doesn't need the -1 Ember then because the reap was considered to be done. But I don't think it's yeah, oh no, Snoopy. I think for all intents and purposes of the stats, oh, he's taking notes even to fix it. That's great. Um, I think this game is locked down for XkiX though. Um, I'm not sure how Dave can find a way back into this uh, game after this turn. It's like, yep, yep. So now everything is on XkiX's board, um, with no real way to get rid of anything at all. Um, so yeah, um, maybe some. I don't know. I'm trying my best to think of a way on how Dave can do anything really, but no. Um, he knows what's up, right? So he plays the stealth mode. Maybe he even concedes here, but hopefully he doesn't. So the logs stay completely fine. XkiX just proceeds to make a bazillion amber. Um, Gets to practice his rule of 6 and not misclicking one more time. Ah, oh, thanks, Dave. I was just commenting on that. Dave knows what's up. Yeah, can't fix early concession, so thanks, Dave, for doing that. So actually, as it goes to 1-1, it feels a little bit weird because they play so fast. It's like, uh, yeah, but 1-1, and yeah, anyone's game here. Um, so turn 7, Harmonia. Maybe there was a way where he could still key charge. I got the logs. I got the logs. Still key charge to to key 2. But yeah. Okay, game 2 goes to XkiX. All right. And I'm using Zenzix's tool, which automatically uploads the logs as well. So if I don't get it copied, it should still be in a database somewhere. So I'm like triple sure that we got it, Snoopy, because we don't want to put you through the whole transcribing thing again. Right, so David chooses to go first. Will he find another 3 eddies in the first, like, 7 cards? Harmonia, played. After you play creatures and more enemy creatures than friendly creatures, gain 1. XkiX goes Scout Pete and near future lands, which reveals a near future lands. So the 2 near future lands are coming down next turn. Um, right? Also, okay, so there's a shark. I think the shark was crucial. Um, doesn't look like a turn where he didn't want to go into logos, so it was fine that he was forced into the shark, I think. Um, the second near future lens is still in hand, but there's a scary board already here. The only thing that's missing is a rebel and a Xylo. Um, drew 4 cards, I think. Um, so Dave plays stealth mode, plays walls and sensor chief, put a cloaking dongle on there, and another stealth mode. Realizes that the actions aren't what is making XkiX's deck so effective. It's the creatures, so might as well just play them. Um, Reaps with Proliferator to archive Plague Wind. Um, Takes the Sensor Chief and kills it with Zip, and the Shrink Ray took care of the Chief Engineer walls. Um, so David goes back into Starlines. Would have loved for XkiX to not have taken care of his board and just plays a stealth mode again. I think XkiX might be fine with this. Saying, okay, sure, I'll go back into Mars. Is there any other Mars stuff that you might want to archive? Maybe to scoop up on the mass abduction, potentially getting rid of more stuff. Take control of the Medic Ingram, destroys it, but there's a ward. Um, and David goes into Untamed, had the fittest and wild spirit and punctuated and only drew Harmonia. Did discard a rebel though, and I think there is only one rebel in the deck. Yes, um, which you can obviously get back with Winds of Death, right? But I don't think you want to do that. Why Ingram cover profiler flank? Excellent question. I think it's because of the speed that they're playing at. um, Goes into Starlines, can use Medic Ingram, reaps once, discards Staff Sergeant Rhea, reaps again, warning the important um, implanter here. Um, is able to play a Proton Siphon. There you go, the multidimensional rescue can also get back the Rebel, can get another action back and an artifact, so probably gets back a Near Future Lands, a Rebel, and something. Yeah, so Junk Restoration, Near Future Lands, Rebel, Proton Siphon, making a lot of amber here and setting up quite some efficiency. Um, Even stops the key with the Abductomatic's capture pip and not having to scrap it. Dave is desperately looking for his efficiency now. Zenzi in the middle, Eddie archiving 1 card, but it might as well backfire the Eddie with the zip. Um, I think this is looking very challenging for Dave because you need to get back to the shark and the reassembling automatron. Um, Tough spot, tough spot. Okay, second Eddie helps a bit more. I would imagine that the Xylo, one of the Xylos must be in hand for XkiX, right? Um, and the Rebel is also in hand. So I think we're looking at a complete takeover um, of the creatures again. Uses Near Future Lands to play Junk Restoration. Returns Island of Misfit Toys. There is the one of the Xylos, and the Rebel was already uh, brought back with the MDR. Rebels played. Take your time, click the right things. Yeah, I think this game is in the bag because you're gonna steal all of the creatures, right? Probably should put them on the left flank for if you want to use the proliferator, but that's fine. It probably doesn't matter here. Um, so XkiX, yeah, taking down Dave. Maybe I'm a bit premature here, but I don't see any way for Dave to come back from this. Um, Not the top dog banana guy, unfortunately. Uh, will get an achievement for highest APM or fastest play because that was the first game was so fast. And same goes for XkiX. They are using all the keys all the time. No seek and hurting lines. Yeah, apparently it can when you face this kind of setup. So two eddies, taxing for a lot, but that's too little, too late. Because they're gonna get stolen. Yeah. Um, Congratulations to XkiX for surviving the first round of the final refrain. Um, yeah, what happened differently in game one? Game one was just the logos board was so dominant, and the rebel just could keep killing stuff. So I think the punctuateds came at the right moment um, for Dave. But then game two and three, the board got out of control. Um, yeah, and that's it. That's a lot of amber. That's a lot of amber. And a lot of reaps and a lot of uses. I'm glad that's automated, Snoopy. Um, do you count? This is not counted as playing a card, right? Because you're just taking control. No, so it's not playing cards out of the deck. Um, Dave gets one more turn. Um, Finishes the game um, for to complete the logs. So thank you very much. Has unsuspecting prey. Uh, Kills the Xylo and the Rebel, and maybe Harmonia. You know, doesn't matter. No, but it is nice to play optimally always, so you learn from it for the next time. Um, okay, Nature's Call still had some C there still left, and quite some amber. Maybe he's able to key charge. Ah, still has a punctuated. No, no key, no. But yeah, well played, well played. He needed more amber anyway because his key cost at 13. Well played, XkiX taking the game. Victory goes to the UK. Um, Interesting set of games. I think I'm gonna have to watch this back 2 or 3 times to fully see what happened game one and two. Game three, I was a bit more in control of, I think, but everything else happened so fast, for which I'm sort of grateful because it's quite late here in the Netherlands. But GG's well played. Uh, can breathe again. GG, well played. Um, that was game number three. Um, so what do we have? We have a Grim Reminders deck that won. We had an Ember Skies deck that has won. And someone remind me of what happened. Um, what was Fakey running? Yeah, Worlds Collide. Worlds Collide. Thanks. Okay, so three different sets. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It was kind of like what Dave was running, but then slightly differently, indeed. Um, yeah, crazy. So three different sets, making it in the first round so far. What a set! First game was an absolute wash. You had me scared for a minute. Yeah, that was a fast game in more ways than one. they're gonna be laughing their asses off when they watch back the replay and me trying to struggle to keep up. Yeah, it was the hysterical purger. You're right. It was a lot of Hysteria, Infernus, Star Alliance, Kirby's with Exhumes and that kind of stuff. Yeah, but so XkiX takes it um, 2-1. Well played. Um, Very fast game. Um, I have to have to calm down again. I don't know. I really don't know what happened at game one. It all went so fast. But well played to both of them, and good luck on the. David, you're here now. Thanks for making me work for it, man. The first game I was trying to narrate, but it was near impossible. um, but well played, and they got it completely out of control that second and third game. But finding the eddies so fast, game one and game two looked like uh, uh, looked like it was going to give you the edge again on game two, but it turned out a bit differently. Yeah, it was late doing your part. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, way to secure Amber per turn lead for at least a round or two, or maybe even more. Um, Again, well played. I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks all for joining, and see you all later in the Final Refrain Alliance. Good night or a good day.